I can't do this right now. I'm in a really sad mood. I will cry and I just put mascara on.
Lyndsay, do you know that I've never thought? I don't think I've
Yes, you
ever
have
thought
because you sent me a Team Pacey shirt. You have. We've made it.
Wait,
I have a team. In Dawson's baby box is I've saved it. It's so funny.
Oh, I did.
Like I've never thought about it. I actually.
Oh my God, it's funny. I haven't thought about it. Like I guess I never thought of Dawson when James Vanderbeek.
No. Me neither. And thank goodness. You're like this. Son, I have to sit you down. Your namesake.
The only other person on the planet with this name.
Yeah, truly.
Oh my goodness.
So unique. My dreams all coming true. Live. Here's what I want to know if it's true. I'm on Instagram. You just see our faces.
Big fat heads. Big fat heads.
Why do we even go live on Instagram if you can't?
I don't know, because people join in.
I can't. Oh, there. See? Here's proof. Everybody, if you are watching on Instagram, and the one person is me, but you, and I'll make this a PSA going forward. If you are watching live on Instagram and it gets too big, X out. Because when you hit it, no, I can't even make it big. This is not what you need to be doing. X out, pop back in. Bingo bango. I'm going to say hi from me to me.
Okay. I'm almost done
thank
setting
goodness.
everything up.
I already took my Invisalign out. You know the Deanna Carter song, like, did I shave my legs for this? Did I take my Invisalign out for this? Whenever I'm having a hard time, I just keep being like, and I'm doing this with braces, as though other people don't have it.
I
It's
know.
Just like on top of everything.
Adding insult to injury. Okay. She's almost done.
Setting it all up.
Okay.
Dee-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Brand. I won't give it away. But I want to so bad.
Zach Davis says, hi, it's Sasha. Suspicious already with all your names. And this is like the third username they've used. But
honestly, God, it's kind of strange. I'm not going to lie. And it's like, it's not just weird usernames. Like they're just like
other people's names.
Other people's names.
But I'm ready.
Following this episode.
I'm ready to brainstorm with effervescent Lyndsay and think tanker Allie. Our reputations precede us. Welcome.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm also just a ball of effervescence. So you're gonna just kidding.
This is what no one realizes. She can do both. I can only do one.
Backwards and heels. Okay. She's almost done. She's almost done. She's doing it. She did it. She did it, people.
Wow.
We are back in studio.
You are a think tanker because you're running all the tech, you know?
Oh yeah, look at me go. Tech. Running tech. Like a madman. Okay.
She's
why do you have a new screen name? Okay, I'm just gonna.
It was Craig once. It was Craig at the beginning. It was like Mr. Craig. Now it's Sasha. Now it's Zach. This is what it feels like to have.
Is this Sacha Baron Cohen? Is this like all his various like?
he's method acting for a role.
My branding show.
My life.
This is my life.
And by the way, I'm gonna try that yogurt energy drink thing. Okay. And sent me a DM of a guy, and he took a white Monster energy drink and combined it with Greek yogurt so that it would be protein, and shook it all up. And then he was like, "This reminds me of," and he put the image up. If it's the one we found in Korea, the like sparkling milk, and so.
Oh, that makes me like feel gaggy, truly. Also, he shook it up. I had to just like explode in his face. What?
Maybe he mixed it. I don't know. Okay. He put it into a cup and it looked.
It
looked as bad as you're thinking.
I, like a fool, not this last time, but the time before I was on the train, I got a cold brew in a can, and I shook it up, and I don't know why I did that, but I just didn't think.
Was it nitro?
No, it was just a regular La Colombe. but I shook it up for no reason. I really don't know why I did that. And I opened it up, and when I tell you, it was an explosion. And it was one of those ones that kept going. And I was holding in the aisle, and it was dripping all over the carpet. I was going, oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm so sorry. And then I was saying it louder and louder, hoping someone would have a napkin because I didn't have one. And this like sweet old lady walked over to me with like all these crumpled up napkins. I was like,
I'm picturing like a
probably blew her nose in all of them. Whatever.
Grandpa that has a handkerchief. He's like here, and you're like, maybe not.
Was your grandpa a handkerchief guy?
I think they all were, but like I don't think he ever. I feel like he always had something either to like clean his glass. Like I think he kept.
Yeah.
I think it was I mean, honestly, I think we could all use a little pocket rag. Is that what they're called? That's next week.
That's next week. Next week on Can They Brand That? Pocket rags. Bring them back. We're modernizing pocket rags.
And like, they're like, do you mean a handkerchief? Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Called hanky panky. Branded.
Yeah,
done.
That's not done.
Okay. Well, welcome back to Can They Brand That? The only show brave enough to do what no one ever asked for, which is brainstorm for an audience in real time. I'm Allie LeFevere.
I'm Lyndsay Sanders. And we're the co-founders of Semiserious Agency, the world's first humor branding agency. And the first two weirdos to publicly create a brand identity from scratch in 20 minutes or less with no strategy, no pre-planning, and using an entirely fictional and very difficult to brand product. If we can make sparkling milk appeal to Anne here, who's ready to try it, if we can sell chip dust to the masses, if we can convince you to turn regular mulch into party mulch with colors and glitter, if we can, what else have we done? Make granny panties cool again, make men start wearing night shirts, have dogs in doggy high heels, have glow-in-the-dark toilet paper, what can't we do?
What can't we do? Wow.
So yeah, that's what this show is about. We basically are replicating the really early stage brainstorm that we do for our real clients. But it's more fun because it's a fictional product and we don't have any red tape or really any limitations or goals. Like we're not taking all that into account like we do with client projects. We're not having to like, really the singular goal is to infuse humor and fun as like a way to pull a lever for distinction and to steal market share and carve out space on a shelf. So those are all of our objectives when we work with the client. And this time on the show, we just do it for pure fun and to show that fun does sell.
And then really you can brand anything. You know, it's because it's like we're taking this relatively unappealing or maybe not feasible product. And it's like, how do we wrap it in a bow that we could, how do we wrap it and package it in a bow that we theoretically could sell to someone? So that's the goal. It's like, can we do that in 20 minutes? Make this palatable or marketable, sellable, branded to the degree that we can wrap our minds around in 20 minutes. You know, what's funny, we never talk about on the show is actually the real stuff we've branded. We just had a huge win yesterday with one of our products. We're currently working on they're starting with sunscreen, but it's in theory they plan to expand the product line after this, but it's their hero product. It's the first one to market. I won't reveal the name or anything, but we presented two concepts. So kind of fully formed concepts. It had, the identity, the voice, the perspective, all the visuals, the packaging, everything. We kind of two very distinct lanes. And we liked both. They were both beautiful, really cool, really fun. And we were really gunning for the first direction because it was just, I don't know, it just had like more of a punch, more of a pop. It was a little bit more playful and they went for it. And man, we were going into that call yesterday. We're like, please. Because, we're going to tap dance like monkeys to try to get them to see our perspective. But the difference between this show and when clients are in the mix is that clients, they have their own take. And sometimes it's misaligned with ours in some micro ways. And so, we would have been happy with both directions, but we won the battle.
Yeah.
I guess we won the war to some degree.
Sort of.
Because
Yeah.
that's
When
kind of
it's
the whole ethos. I mean, that's the whole identity that we're kind of moving in that direction now. So
And
anyway.
we keep dreaming of having our designer or one of our designers join with us and start sketching things in real time, just to like show you a snippet of what they can do. But that'll be someday.
We should do that in the next, maybe like, I don't know, in the next couple or like, you know, down the road, but in the near future, we should have someone come on in real time. At least try to sketch
today's
out.
product would be great, which I think we should.
This would have been a good one. This would have been a good one.
Would have been a really good one. Okay, you introduce it.
Okay, introducing today's product. I mean, so we were brainstorming last night and just trying to think of, we were thinking of kind of made up products that don't exist, but then we were like, is there anything that does exist and it's just fundamentally uncool, unappealing, has a kind of weak association, is not something you would ever just, the masses or the average person would buy. And we landed on the umbrella hat. And so we thought it would be really funny to try to brand the umbrella hat, but brand it in a way that it was like cool, sexy, and really like that is the default of the umbrella genre. Yes. I mean, that's honestly pretty jazzy. That's a two-tiered. That's already been branded as far as I'm concerned. But we were trying to think of, can we make this cool? Would this be something that the average person would buy?
Yeah. Can we make this cool? And can we make this something where you're like, I need to pick up an umbrella or an umbrella hat? Like, this is not just cool, but it's like part of your life. Like, could we weave it into people's lifestyle?
Yeah.
Pitch the hands-free umbrella aspect.
So it was funny when we were talking yesterday, I was telling Lynds that I was at the farmer's market a few years ago with my mother and left to her own devices. She's just makes some harebrained decisions. And so I was getting a smoothie at the farmer's market. I'd come back and has in the 10-minute window, she has purchased an umbrella hat. And it's like the classic umbrella hat. It's got the big rainbow, you know.
All the different panels are different
colors. And she's wearing it. And I don't get embarrassed easily, so I don't care that she's wearing it because I think it's hilarious. But I was like, she spent $20 on it. Like $20 to look like a fool. I mean, granted, a shaded fool.
Or to look like the smartest person.
Well, after today, she's going to be we're going to be singing a different tune. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I do think this is a really funny, absurd, silly challenge.
It's perfect. It's perfect for the show.
Yes. So, because there's really no key players in this market. There's no brands that you pull to mind when you think of an umbrella hat.
I don't even know brands that come to mind when I think of umbrellas. Like there's not anyone that's like cornered the market just on that. I think there's just like umbrellas are sort of
it's like a commodity, I guess.
Yeah, no one because you can like grab them at Walgreens or whatever. Like you know a good umbrella when you see one. You and I both know. Hey, that's a nice umbrella.
Ooh, look at the umbrella on that guy.
Umbrella. So, well, okay, let me think. If there are any announcements we need to make before we key up, I'll make some tech announcements and other announcements while you queue up our gorgeous jingle.
Oh my God, yes.
If you are watching on Instagram and our heads are zoomed in, X out and click on it again, and we should fill the screen in the appropriate dimensions. We are only checking comments on YouTube because that's like where it aggregates on our little platform. Like and subscribe here so that you don't miss an episode. We do this every week, every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central. You can go check out the work that we're talking about on semiseriousAgency.com. Tell anybody you know who is starting a CPG brand to bring us in.
Hit us up.
That's it.
Yeah, we've got some. I mean, I know I've already mentioned one, but we do have. We're in the thick of some killer projects right now. We're working on a snack brand. It's kind of the first of its kind, so it's pretty cool that it's unique and it's in the snacking space. Sun care. We just wrapped a bidet project. We are
skincare.
So we have some really fun things in the hopper right now.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes. Without further ado, let's answer the question on everybody's minds. Can they brand that?
Just because they can doesn't mean they should. Can they brand that? Can they brand that?
It's just like
I snorted a line of cocaine off a toilet.
I was gonna say it's like a can of coffee exploding everywhere, all through your veins.
Okay,
so here is a conundrum that I think we should tackle. I am picturing this as like a rain umbrella versus a beach umbrella hat. They're different. It's not that we can't make both. So we could either think in terms of a name that's going to encompass all of it, like the hands-free umbrella hat, like in that world. And then you're like, it's either for sun, and we've said that it would have a special cooling material or fans, or you had some other ideas that for features, and then the other one is maybe they're called like the rain or the shine. Like those are our two departments.
Okay. So let me ask a question that I don't know the answer to. When you buy an umbrella hat, are they geared for different weather? Or is an umbrella hat just an umbrella hat?
I mean, the few like websites that seem like scams that I found pictures of stuff, they looked different in terms of like material and venting, but I imagine they're both waterproof. I guess we could make it an all-in-one.
Universal.
Yeah, and then maybe you can like trick it out, sort of like slate, like you could build your own.
Well, that's one of my ideas. Okay, although to that point, I did have one. The only idea I really, other than what we kind of riffed on yesterday, and when we were trying to think of this, to kind of think of what to do for today, is I think a funny name, if it was just rain centric, is called Parade, and it's just something like, let it rain on your parade. Like, I think that is a funny little tagline.
That's cute.
So if it was
like rain on us,
but like a riff on the phrase, don't rain on my parade, like let it rain, or let them rain on our parade. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cute.
Also, parade rhymes with shade, so that's sort of nice.
Oh, you can parade in the shade?
Yeah, parade in the shade, or parade rain on our parade in the shade.
Okay. I have a really silly idea that just came to me. Okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because should we explore parade more, or should I say my other stupid idea and come back?
I think you just keep going. I think we're going to go wide before we go deep.
So if we are trying to make this kind of cool and sexy and chic, maybe that's not the aim, but let's say if that's one aim we can explore. You know how people just add Paris or New York or London after
Milan?
Milan? Is it just like umbrella Paris? Like umbrella Milan? It's just like, that's for no reason. It's just so stupid to make it
just
sound
like for no reason,
like
that they're like, oh, that's a designer umbrella hat.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because then it makes me think of really chaotic perfume commercials that we could make, where it's like, j'adore, and it's like someone, like a girl running in high heels in the rain, and then it pans up and she's got a hat, and she's like, shh, and like for some reason petals are flat, and then it like cuts to the Eiffel Tower for no reason. It's very like acid trippy.
And then it's like, I always wear my umbrella, Betty.
Don't leave home without it. And she's like, yeah.
She takes out from behind it. It's like Natalie Portman in an umbrella hat.
Oh my gosh. Also like picture like her in like a trench coat, and you like you're saying, you don't see her face, and she's like, on a cool like cobblestone street, and then she like peers up underneath the double tier umbrella. That's like a gorgeous actress, and she's just going, shh, it's raining.
Shh, don't.
Yeah, Natalie Portman is in a lot of perfume commercials.
She really is. Or Keira Knightley. I'm trying to think of the ones
Keira Knightley.
Charlize Theron. It's like they all. Could you really like have that trio?
Mm-hmm.
Zendaya, I feel like, is a new one that's been added to the rotation. They're running in slow motion, looking back over their shoulder.
Yeah, like she's being chased by
toss
something, and then
them.
it turns out it's just a LeFevere. Like, oh, she's not in danger. She's in
Umbrella
love.
Patty.
Umbrella.
Umbrella Patty.
Well,
That's so silly.
people were mentioning, of course, Rihanna's Umbrella song, but Ella would actually be a funny, like people, it's a common device for brand names is to name it after a woman, like that, the Plan B pill being called Julie for no reason. Like Ella would work as well. Ella in Paris, like Emily in Paris.
That's funny because Ella is the name of Cinderella. And so I wonder if you could do a whole commercial bit where instead of losing a glass slipper, she loses her umbrella hat and it only fits her head.
Oh my gosh. And the prince comes up and puts it on the stepsisters and places it on her head.
And it fits perfectly.
Dryly ever after, happily, like what's a
happily
shadily ever after, happily ever. Yeah.
Happily ever dry.
Happily weather after instead of ever after.
Happily weather after. Yeah, that's flow. I don't know if it would read the best, but it's
weather and ever. Yeah.
Okay. Should we just riff on some other names if anything comes to mind? So, okay, we have Parade, we have Umbrella Paris. You have to say it like that. You can't say Paris. You could call it like
I mean,
what do
London.
They call London.
Is it London fog? Is London
London's
fog
known for rain, I guess.
For rain, yeah, more. But I feel like there's a London umbrella already.
They call them brollies over there.
But I mean, like, there's a big a London brand. Yeah, London Undercover is a big umbrella brand.
Okay. You could do.
But do they have hats?
This is their gap in the market. You could call it something funny like monsoon or something too, to like imply how well it holds up in certain weather.
Monsoon. That's
monsoon.
But we're looking for a parent company that would.
Oh, that's right. That encapsulates.
Well, we haven't played. Yeah, because I was like, we haven't played with the head element. Like the hands free, the head. Like we're just naming umbrellas, sort of.
You could do head in the clouds. Like, what are some fun head in the clouds? Canopy.
Head in the clouds is great already, or as a tagline.
Head in the clouds.
Put your head.
It's kind of a cute name.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Head in the clouds, because then that implies all weather. That's great.
Yeah. Cloudy with a chance of headwear. Cloudy with a chance of fabulous.
TM. I'm gonna go get that trademark real quick.
We're taking high fashion higher, like up and down.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay.
Head in the clouds is great.
Okay.
And also you could be like, you could name them after like, you think that makes you think of somebody who's like dreaming and like excited and like, yeah.
Can you still have Natalie Portman? Head in the clouds.
We keep giving her a French accent.
I don't know why. I think she does speak French though. I don't know why. I feel like she seems like she would.
I trust you.
Okay, so my thought, which the only thing I really mentioned yesterday was that it would be funny if it was really the umbrella hat was obviously it's excellent in all weather, right? Sun, rain, whatever. I guess those two in particular. Snow, who knows?
Yeah, if it's flurries.
But it would be really funny if it was hyper functional. So you could actually charge your cell phone in your umbrella hat. Like it had like a charging port. It had what else could it? You could maybe like hook a fan into it. Like maybe it has. Maybe there's the standard head in the clouds, and then you can add additional features, right? Like you can kind of build it out. It is like the slate of umbrellas.
The Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. Yeah, it's the Build-A-Bear of umbrellas.
Well, I also of umbrella hats.
The mosquito net?
I also think Okay, because I still think this head in the clouds, and then the two types are rain or shine.
Okay.
And for rain, you can add on certain things, and shine, I think, you can sort of soup it up. That's
soup
not
it up, yeah.
Is that right? Have fans in it. So you're like, it's a sun hat that has fans going. You can add solar panels with the USB charging.
USB charger. Oh, so that's how it works. That's what we were talking about is like, what if you can add solar panels to your umbrella, and that way you could always charge your phone we don't have to figure out
Yeah.
how that logistically
Yeah.
works. It's irrelevant to this
Yeah.
this whole exercise. But we can charge it in our hat. It has solar panels, but it's still obviously very chic and aesthetically pleasing,
Yeah.
which is like a given.
Of course.
What if you could do, like, you could add like, can we come up with a cool name for like gibbets instead of the gibbets for Crocs? We can have cool
charms that hang around the sides. Or I guess you could just but you can't puncture in the rain one.
No, they'd have to hang like, like Billy Porter had that hat where it opened up and it was like rhinestones and it opened up and it was
although we could manufacture Brellies, that's cute. Like with Crocs, they really do seal that hole. Like we could have it be so that, you know what they could be? Little magnetized things. There's a
okay.
I like that, because that material is so sheer. I just think some people I think we'd have both. Some people would like it to be like bedazzled on the side, but if you're running a bunch of errands and you're head in the clouds. Brellies, cloudies, cloudies and sunnies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a name that just feels like one of what Brelly.
Maybe Ellie's, like Ella or Ella's. Maybe they're Ella's.
Little Ellas.
Gibbets.
Brellies.
Like what's another word for like charm or bling?
Hatties. Umbrella hatties.
Stormies.
Stormies. I was just gonna say. I was trying to think of a weather term.
Stormy.
Sun charms, weather charms. I don't know. But
or like toppers. Like what's something you think about with a hat? Like
Okay, head in the clouds. Head in the clouds. Bolts, lightning bolts. Like what goes with that? Bolts, lightning bolts.
Yeah. We could call them like elements. Because like the
okay.
Add some elements. We could spell it fun. Elements with a Z.
Okay. Oh yeah, add that Z on. Yes.
Beware of the elements. Instead of beware of the elements, just wear the elements.
Okay. Wear the elements. Beware. That's good. That's good. Wear the elements.
I don't even know if you say beware of the elements. What do you say about elements when you're talking about the weather?
It sounded like you were saying a very common idiom.
That's the problem. We trust each other so much and too much. No one is checking us. Oh, brave the elements.
Brave the elements. Oh. Brave.
Elements of surprise too. But like that's
the
different.
Elements of
brave
surprise.
The elements.
Okay. Beware of the elements. And I was like,
and I was like, great. And we're like, where are the elements? And then it's like iterated past it making any sense. Okay. Out of your element, brave the element. Yeah, it's brave. But brave is sort of cool. Brave.
Save, gave. Oh wow. Dave the element. Okay, so
there's our mascot.
It's called Head in the Clouds. It's okay, we're calling them elements with a Z.
Rain and shine.
Rain and shine are kind of the two paths. And rain, I think, is kind of really just all weather. Like that's like all
inclement weather.
All inclement weather. And then
like
shine
the waterproof.
is okay.
But I mean, you're acting like people are really like, can I buy a rain umbrella when I really want a snow umbrella? I mean, I think rain's pretty in the one inclement weather that you're I don't want to leave any weather out. I really don't.
No, we can't. I mean, we can't leave any ideas on the table too. Okay, I do have a question though. Obviously the goal of this was umbrella hats for people. As people who had dogs for a very long time, they hate to get taking them out in the rain is a miserable experience, especially because it gets in their face. I think that's the part that bums them out the most. So then they're like trying to rub their little snout. Is there an umbrella hat for dogs? Like, could we have like their own? I mean, I don't want to overcomplicate this, but if we're thinking umbrella hats, like, is there?
Well, I mean, are you saying it's raining cats and dogs? Yeah.
Head in the clouds, raining cats and dogs.
Wet dog. Yeah, I mean, I keep imagining Puffin would never have worn a hat, but if it was like if it was like a little harnessy thing that came up and over. Oh, I don't know about that either, but like, I'm trying to imagine putting a bonnet on your, like, that's just like I'm trying to think of like, I know.
I think I could have got one on Moki temporarily.
But like, imagine them going to sniff something and it's just like a long.
Bouncing all over the place. I can remember one time we were we got caught in the rain. We were really far from the house. We're probably like 10 blocks. And the whole time she was running, but then she tried to stop and wipe her face. So it was like just a disaster. It took twice as long. I'm like, come on. Pick up the pace. Oh yeah.
What about we do some riff on climate change, but like
the climate may change,
like your
and
climate,
so can you.
or like
'Cause
we're
you can
changing
really-
the climate of umbrellas, of the umbrella industry. Climate change is here, and you can get excited about it.
Yeah. There we
Ozone.
go. That's a good angle.
Get in the ozone. Get outside your comfort
Comfort
ozone.
zone and get outside the comfort zone and get in the ozone. Well,
Yeah.
they did say the ozone is healed. Have you heard that?
No.
It's healing. I don't know if it's completely healed, but it is healing, shockingly.
Oh my gosh, this is now the #1 news source for everybody. This is CNN.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that.
Did it.
Sounds like something I read on Threads. Don't trust me.
Yeah. Please do check your sources.
Okay. Okay, so
Warm weather
so if we're
pattern. Oh my
making it
gosh, we can
chic-
call, if it comes in different colors, or in like textures or whatever, we can call it weather patterns. Our weather patterns.
I like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think should be like our do we have like a standard model that we're coming on the market with, or are we already starting with options like weather patterns?
I think it's just rain or oh, I see.
Rain or
In
shine.
terms of visual, I think it's rain or
Okay.
shine. I think they should be pretty limited so people don't get overwhelmed.
Okay.
But and then I think we have elements that they can jazz them up, and then later we can do special collabs with designers
Okay.
in
like a Lisa
Milan
Frank?
and Paris and Lisa Frank. Exactly what you're saying.
Frank.
I'm like
No.
Paris, and you're like Minions. So here we'll go to Fashion Week, and we got to get the Snoopy gang on board.
So we got the whole Peanuts crew. We've got
Oh
we've
my
got Groot
gosh.
and
who don't
Rocket
we
Raccoon.
who don't we have?
Okay, but if
we
we
haven't-
are doing chic, we're doing like, Hermes, are we doing
sure, yeah. See, I still haven't I don't feel that strongly about it necessarily, our ability to make it chic, as more as I want people to choose it instead of an umbrella. But that's where we're differing right now in our brains. I'm
Okay.
just saying, I have never seen anybody in an umbrella hat. How do we get anybody in an umbrella hat? One avenue there is being like, this is high fashion, but it's also just going like hands free. It's on your head. Use your head. That's what we should say. When it rains, use your head.
Your head, pick a better umbrella.
Like, I don't think we've touched on that as much as like, I do think you could do a joke of some, like you just see a hand and they're like picking between their hats and they like rest over fedora, they rest over the bucket hat, they rest over the top hat, and then they choose the umbrella hat. And you're like, now you're talking, use your head.
Well, I mean, if they already got a fedora and a top hat at their disposal, I think they're pretty primed.
Their idea of high fashion and ours might be different.
Yeah, I was really trying to dream big, Lyndsay. I was thinking, if we're going to have, if this is going to be on the red carpet for next year's Oscar season,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we'd make it as chic as possible, but I do get,
That's
we have to break through the barrier of entry. So like, how do we make this accessible? Because I do agree that the pitch, the story is that it is a pain in the ass to hold an umbrella, especially if you're a person on the
Yes.
go and you've got a lot of things in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Got caught. I mean, you're walking in the rain. Okay, you're walking in the rain, and you're trying to bring a matcha. You're trying to bring your briefcase. You're trying to bring your purse. You're going to the gym.
You're trying to bring your briefcase full of cash. You're trying to pull off
To the
Ocean's
drop-off
8.
point, undisclosed, and unmarked bills.
You've got the silencer on your gun, your James Bond.
And you pull your umbrella hat turns into a ski mask, and you're ready for the heist.
Easy peasy. Heist. The heist of fashion, the height of luxury. Okay, what if we made it, how an umbrella, there's the button that just like, we should have it be like, maybe the fashion part is when it's not deployed.
It's like a
So it
Kentucky
looks
Derby
cool,
hat.
or like a Carmen Sandiego sort of hat, and then you go like,
Okay, so it's a little adorable. What are those called that you wear at the Kentucky Derby?
fashioners, or like they're fasteners. Hold on, they're called something.
Yeah, they're called something. So you have, or like it looks like a cool headband.
I'm saying fasteners is like the British tea sort of Kentucky
Yeah,
Derby
yeah.
hats. Fascinators.
Okay.
Close.
So you're wearing your fascinator. You just came from high tea. You're dressed to the nines. You look stunning.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you feel drip drop. oh my goodness, I can't ruin this coif. Press the
God.
button in your head, but boom, head in the clouds.
Oh my gosh, can we make one that allows you to turn it into like a couple's, like holding an umbrella for someone, so it's like an XXL, so someone can fit underneath you, and
So
you've
it's got
got
an
both
extender.
hands available for to put your arm around them.
So it's like a couple's umbrella hat. Umbrella buddy. Umbrella
Head in the
love.
clouds for two. Head in the clouds, duh. Partner.
Duh. Okay.
Well, I guess you'd only need that for rain. So you're right. You're doing the
So
rain.
okay, so is this another? This is a multi-buttoned fascinator.
Oh, you're saying it can go like 4-1, now serving 2.
Now serving 2, and then you just get like an
I was
awning
thinking
comes
you'd have to buy the one that has the ability to like
out.
sort of
Okay, I thought it was
convert
the
into
built-in
2.
feature.
No, because then it'll be too heavy.
Okay. I thought it was like what do we call it? Like the gentleman's extender. Like it's got to be like like the companion. I don't know.
Companion. Like the lovers. Yeah, like romantic rain. Shower. Yeah. But I do like the idea of it. Same with like, yeah. But hands-free. We haven't played on hands-free. Oh my gosh. Okay. I never set the timer. How much time has it been?
I don't know how long it's been.
What time is it? 12:37. It's probably time.
It's probably time. Okay. Let's finish this last thought and then.
Okay.
Hands-free. So that's how we're
saying we've now been like hats off to you. Like we haven't done a lot with head.
We'll give you a hand. We'll give you a hands-free. We'll give you a hats off hat.
Get the job done. Get the hand job done. Perfect.
On that note,
job well done. Protect. Yeah, like dry. I'm not helping.
Not a dry eye in the house. I don't know.
Wet hand. Perfect. Gotta hand it to you. Oh, a helping hand in the storm or something like
head
hands free.
It's a cloudy day.
Look, Ma, no hands. Look, rain. A second set of hands, like we're giving you a second set of hands, but it's really just your hands.
Protect your investment, protect your
noggin. Deal yourself a good hand. I know. Let's steal you're in good hands and get sued.
I like that.
We just have someone with a really deep voice to it. Like, I thought it was State Farm. No, Allstate. I think you're right. Allstate. You're in good hands.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this is always so hard. It's so short. There's so much I want to do.
There's so much we could do here, but I really,
storm. We didn't even do storm, rain, inclement weather.
Yeah, we really didn't lock it. I mean, we have the broad idea of how we're positioning it, right? It's like, I mean, we didn't really talk about the aesthetic too much. We talked about the functionality, but
which plays into the aesthetic. Well, we did. Are you kidding? Elements.
Oh my God, you're right.
Personalize.
You're right.
Personalize.
Okay. I know. I want to solve the whole thing.
So we didn't really get into sun a lot, which would have its whole other thing of like,
oh my goodness. Wow.
Well, maybe what if we're like, this is the one that needs a part 2 and we're going to think on it. We're back. Everyone's like still umbrella hats.
It's like, obviously everyone's being encouraged to wear sunscreen right now, but then you have to put things on your skin. So it's like, I mean, could this be an alternative to sunscreen? I mean, we don't even know how we're going to position this against other things that are in the category and outside of the category. So
yeah,
who are our largest competitors? I mean, umbrellas, sunscreen. I mean, we don't know.
My enemy and yours. What were we talking about a smear campaign the other day? Was that for our sunscreen client that was going to be a smear campaign against other things? We said something and smear was going to be really perfect for it. Maybe it was.
Well, our whole shtick is we have an antagonistic relationship between our mascot and the sun. So like that is kind of the nature of the branding that we went with. We have a really funny mascot. Okay, let's do mascot for this. I have not even thought anything about it.
Obviously a cloud and a sun, like those two, and they've like got muscles, a raindrop.
Okay. If I want this to feel cooler.
Shade.
high-end.
Yeah.
Because my instinct was a monkey, and I don't know why. Like a little Curious George type monkey, but that
Because you were
is
like,
not.
that is the chicest animal you can think of.
Yeah, and I was like, well, it's very intelligent. I mean, if we're
That's true.
going,
I do picture them like swinging around in a Curious George hat.
what animals like like waterproof? Build hats are the enemy. Build hats
Yeah.
are the enemy. I was thinking, can you turn it into a baseball hat? But we didn't even go down that road.
Just one of those long ones
duckbill.
like on the Sandlot.
A duck,
Duck.
a swan. We already said swan recently. I feel like we just
Yeah.
did.
The ugly duckling. Or like what's a lesser popular, like a duck-billed platypus? He's sort of funny. Like who is not given a lot of airtime in the animal kingdom in brands?
Probably, yeah. They're probably low on the totem pole. What would be? Like, what do I think? What animals do I think of when I think of rain? I think of like a duck splashing around in a pond, a frog.
I'm thinking right now for some reason those tiny little sugar gliders that were popular a couple years ago. Those are funny.
Oh, those are
little tiny
cute.
guys. Like they're
What
flying
has-
around and they're just.
Hold on, there's an animal that has like an umbrella type. Is that a fish? Is that a umbrella?
Animals that have hats.
Umbrella shark? Is there an umbrella shark or something? Am I making that up?
Are you thinking of the little crabs that wear hats? That use other shells for hats?
Shit, I can't think of.
I'm typing animals that have funny heads. Or like
a jellyfish, the shape of a jellyfish. I'm trying to think of what feels like an umbrella hat. Umbrella. Wait, hold on. What sounds like umbrella? Umbrella.
A llama is funny. They have funny hair.
Yeah,
like you can picture them in a hat. They've got a tall little.
Yeah. A
otters. Otters are adorable.
Oh, otters is cute. Someone said a Jesus lizard. I don't know what that is, but
whoa,
look that up.
Jesus lizard.
A Jesus lizard.
Oh, they just sort of have. I don't know why they're called that. Jesus Christ lizard can run across because he can run across water. He walks on water. That's cute. He's funny.
I mean, why not a little Jesus lizard?
Yeah, that or like a little. I also think a number of fish. Like we could find a clownfish or a funny fish, and that it's like a fish out of water. Like that's what you become.
Yeah,
like when you dry off or in the beach. There's some crossover there.
Oh, that's interesting. A fish out of water.
Someone said schmear campaign for bagels. Love it.
Yes. They walk on water. Perfect. Okay.
Wow. Okay. The only thing left to do is Funded or Done-ded.
Lyndsay, we did not do the Mascot o'clock jingle.
Oh my gosh. Play it back.
Play it back. I gotta play it back. Forget it. What's wrong with me? I want to play right now.
Yeah.
Just because I think the people want to hear it.
Yeah.
The people.
Mascot o'clock.
Well, hey, we're a little late. A little late on that. So, okay, Funded or Done-ded?
Wait, sorry. For Mascot, I was just looking in Megan's house and I see like a stork. They've got the big wings. You could also sort of think of it as like
a heron or a stork.
Yeah, a heron that would like cover you with their wings, like we're protecting you. Cover you with your wings. That's also very biblical. So maybe it's Jesus.
Maybe Jesus is
what could possibly go wrong with that?
I will protect you, my children.
God the Father, and what you never see, it's just like a voice.
Head in the clouds. I mean, that kind of works in the name.
A deity. Oh my gosh, Allie, let's do a Greek god.
Yeah. Oh, who's like a god of weather?
Who's the god of weather?
Would that be Zeus?
That's what we should do. I don't know.
He's lightning. He's like god of.
But we could just do a sort of just like anonymous. Yeah. Prominent weather gods with Zeus, Greek god, Jupiter, Roman, and Thor.
Indra is a rain god.
Thor with thunder.
Yeah.
But I think if it just sort of like, we don't need to like make it exact, but it's just like a sort of like a deity that is bequeathing this, like, and they're crowning you with this umbrella hat.
That's great.
To protect you.
Jupiter is associated with thunder and storms. Okay, I do like the idea of like a god. I think that's funny. Head in the clouds. That changes.
It really works.
Not changes the branding, but that does kind of inherently weirdly elevate the branding because you could do a lot of the aesthetic could be a callback to kind of Roman architecture or some of the gold or some of what's like
marble.
not the what are those called? Not hieroglyphics, that's Egyptian, but like some of the
Symbols.
some symbols, we'll say symbols for lack of a better word. That's interesting.
We're getting in the comments, Iris is the goddess of rainbows. Let's have a female god, a
I
goddess.
like that. Cantor. Someone said Cantor. Okay. Iris is the goddess of rainbows. Iris.
Oh, Jim Cantori? Do you mean the weatherman?
Jim Cantori. I go Cantor. I was like, is that a god?
Do you say Cantori? Don't you say the E in his last name? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Jim Cantor? Cantori.
No. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought that was like a god, but yes, Jim Cantori is a.
Well, he's a god to many.
Who was the weather guy in Chicago for a long time? Oh my God, what's his name? He's retired now.
Tom Skilling?
Tom Skilling, yes. Tom Skilling.
Oh, also we never did hold on, like the forecast. Like the forecast is a fun word.
Yeah.
Forecasting. Okay, funded and Done-ded.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good about it that we could get it funded if we really went hard in the rain puddle. The 11th hour deity
Pivot to that.
holy I think would also help because it'd be a really strong brand identity.
I'm feeling good that we could really make the brand identity pretty sick and just visually beautiful. I think we could have a really strong story. I think we could build out a really cool narrative. We'd position this well. I still think an umbrella hat is a tough sell.
Is a tough
sell.
You know, if the 5-finger shoes could make it,
that's true.
In the name of utility and sensibility, to be hands-free, like I really think it would have to be like urban areas, like where you're sort of running, like not that moms couldn't do it in the suburbs or any dads or whoever is like running around, but like I really picture it as like running errands in the rain and you're like chic and you just got this huge umbrella hat. You don't have to carry it.
I do think
all it takes is one.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if we can get the mommy influencers on board, I do think like as a mom, like your hands are always full and trying to lug kids in and out of the car. I mean, if you had an umbrella hat, oh my God, it really like
imagine like when your babies were little and you were carrying them on your hip with the umbrella hat and not having to like, that's also, like the,
could really
your hands are full. Your hands aren't full anymore. Your hands are full enough.
Your hands were full. Now they're free.
Ooh.
Iris, the Greek goddess of rainbows. You are now
goddess
the goddess
daughter. Then we're like, you're
a weather goddess. Then we go on that whole shtick there. We can play up that. Great. We can play the beaten down mother.
Oh my gosh, we could be like turn into a hands-free goddess for hands-free god. You know, like become a hands-free goddess. What did I say that was so wrong? Like it was brave the elements, and I was like, beware the elements, and then wear them. That was good.
It was a good line had it been been accurate.
This is what Caleb always teases us. He's like, you guys will find a way to then just be like, but if X, Y, and Z were in place, that would have been genius. And you're like, but they weren't. So it's moot. But you're like, I'm just saying, in a different universe, at a different time, when language was different, that would have been a really great.
That would have been really great.
But I stand by it.
Lyndsay, you know what I think about all the time? I think about the time that I was with you and something was falling and I missed it, but I went to go for it to catch it. And I looked at you and I go, I almost caught that. And I said it with a lot of confidence. Like, I thought you should be equally proud of me and impressed that I almost caught it. Like, I didn't even flinch at the idea that I didn't actually catch it. I was like, I almost caught that.
And that is the perfect illustration for how much we champion each other's ideas. And that's why we end up feeling free to come with I almost caught that. And I was like, you did almost catch that.
You did, baby.
It would have been a crazy catch. And you got pretty close.
Almost did it. A lot of people wouldn't have even almost got that.
That's like when we did yoga in the park and we were doing like 4 handstands and we both felt like we nailed it. And we like set up a camera to take it to be like, I think we like are really good at these. And then we looked back and we're like, ooh, we like got down and we were like, yeah, got it. And it's
like, we just nailed 5 takes in a row. It's so bad.
Wait, hold on. There's some, you say it.
Someone said, I'm in Vegas and had an idea for an umbrella hat that had an ice pack that melts and mists miss you while
Ooh.
you're walking the strip. I called it the Mr. Palmbrella because it looked like a palm tree. Wait,
Palm
the
tree. Oh,
Mr. is nice.
Mr.
Mr. Umbrella. Even
Well, you,
Mr.
well,
Palmbrella.
if
Well,
the
it
ones
looks
that
like
have
a
the
palm tree.
hands, the ones that have the hands in it, or hands, wow, fans in it, could also then have a Mr. as a part of that fan for the shine.
Okay, so
ones.
it looks like a palm tree and it's like fronds, like the fronds of a palm tree.
Oh, for this particular
Yeah, this
SKU?
one.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Palmbrella.
Fronds forever. Fronds for life. We'll be a
Best
frond for life.
fronds.
Best friends. That's cute. I even like Mr. Umbrella is even a cute name.
Mm-hmm. Is there a Mrs. Palmbrella at home?
Give my
You
love
single?
to the missus.
You got your hands free.
Ooh, is the Mr.
well-
Umbrella going to be out tonight? I'm in the area.
We've done it again, folks.
So you said
Jim
funded.
Cantori, give us a call.
I say I'm a little mixed on this one. I might say Done-ded.
Well, you know what I think they would
think
do
that
in this meeting is they would say, I think you should take all these ideas and just apply them to making a very particular umbrella brand, because nobody has really, you're not thinking of XYZ really when you're thinking of and even the London one that I was naming, London Underground, they're all like $200. So it's
Yeah.
like, could you make the like DTC, can we make the Warby Parker of umbrellas that like you're just like want to have it and there's a couple like different features? That's what I think would happen in this meeting. They would be like, you got to earn the hat. You could do the hat for like limited edition things, but like let's get people thinking about a brand when they're buying an umbrella first.
Yeah.
So then the cloud, fine.
So the brand
clouds would still work.
Would still get us a second meeting, but would not necessarily get this idea funded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, when it rains, it pours.
Of course.
Brainstorm. It has been a brainstormy. This brainstorm was
This
the
is the most
stormiest one we've
brainstorm we've
had.
ever done.
Wow.
Great.
Really makes
Well,
me think.
Really? Wow. I feel emotional all of a sudden.
I need some privacy. When it rains, it pours. You know the famous story about me at 3 years old and my mom found me looking out the window crying.
Please tell.
And I said,
please tell it.
She said, Lyndsay, why are you crying? And I said, just thinking about the world. So a stormy day, a stormy product is sort of key to part of my emo.
A stormy heart. And that's why I love you. Your tender little heart.
Yeah,
Thinking about the world.
Just thinking about the world, thinking about the rain coming and the sun breaking through the clouds. You can do it. What is our friend Kate's what's the title of the poem she wrote when she was a teen?
Barometric pressures.
A lot of pressures, right?
Pressures, yeah.
Barometric pressures
And
about adolescence.
It was all like a metaphor. She was using like weather for a metaphor for like just the dark times and angst she was feeling. Yeah. I don't think she was even teen. I think she was like in elementary school, or she might have been junior high. She was young.
That's amazing.
Barometric pressures.
She was young. Kate and I align, just looking out the window, thinking about the world. Thanks for joining our brainstorm. I hope you guys stayed dry.
Tears of laughter.
There you go. Any parting words?
I would say like and subscribe. I would say visit semiseriousAgency.com. Check out what we do. We're actually going through a whole rebrand. So I would say in a few months, this whole baby is going to look totally different. So I'm really stoked because we have so many case studies that we have not updated our site in like 4 years. We have case studies galore that we need to put on our site, which is so silly that we have not done that. But, when you're busy little bees, you always put yourself last. Isn't that a woman thing?
But not anymore. Buy a nice umbrella hat for yourselves.
Yes.
Okay. Treat yourselves.
And then stay tuned for next week. We'll be back next Wednesday at noon Central and with another silly idea. If you have any other potential product ideas you want us to brand that are kind of silly, ridiculous, absurd, something that does exist that you think could be better, something that's never heard of before and it should. Yeah. Throw us a challenge. So, and then thank you for playing along. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was fun. All the chat. You guys are geniuses, and we will see you next week.
Sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Bye.